Welcome to the space of NFT PowerUp. Compete for blue chip NFTs, cash prizes, and more on NFT PowerUp's trivia platform. The space will begin shortly. While you wait, join the back-channel discussion on Discord. Join us every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time for commentary on the latest Web3 news and to win big with NFT PowerUp's trivia gaming platform, nftpowerup.io. The space will begin shortly. Please repost the space now to bring in more of our AI and Web3 friends.
GM, how are we doing today?
GM,
Yo.
doing great.
GM.
What about you?
I'm good. Do we have Web3 guy with us?
Yep. But I'm having some Twitter issues. So as soon as I accepted the co-host invite, I got kicked out of the space. So regular Twitter, our weekly Twitter issues. So yeah.
I'm supposed to turn on video. I'm not sure how to do that.
I tested. There's the.
Is it an iOS only or Android is fine?
No, Android is fine. Should be fine. I tested it this morning on both, and there should be a small enable camera button right next to your microphone.
I don't have that.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, well,
it's like here you look like you have your camera off.
No, it's cool. I saw that.
That's
it's cool.
weird. Yeah.
Anyway, then no video on that one. We'll test it later.
Yeah, we'll be diving into this topic in a bit and telling you exactly what we experienced by testing this new feature out. But before we do, I just want to welcome everyone into the PowerUp culture. Ayman, MG, Web3 guys, super exciting to speak to you again, and super honored to have Playcoin Arcade. We've got Trash here representing them, and Head from Web3 Adventure. Can't wait to dive into your worlds, guys, and dive with you on the industry topics that we have prepared for today. Just to remind our audience, make sure to retweet the space and get all of our friends in. Kicking this episode off, we've got X Spaces, Video Spaces is now available, and we checked the feature out on iOS. Ayman, I'm not sure if it's still only an iOS feature or we have Android, but it is now available. But unfortunately, and you simply need to toggle the enable video while you're scheduling the space. But unfortunately, people who are viewing the space from the desktop will only be able to see a black screen if your video is on. They won't be able to see you unless they're joining from their mobile phones, which is not really feasible. But I think they're just testing it out right now, and it will take some time for it to finally mature and be ready to use. And unfortunately, only the host can enable his video on. So if you have speakers that you want to view live with a video, they cannot be joining. Only one video will be showing, which is the host of the space. What do you think about that, Ayman?
I think that we're asking too much from a day one feature, right? So they haven't had video, but now we're like, no, only the host, and I want this, and why can't I have 4 people speaking, and just as if they owe us anything. Yeah. So we're happy to have the video. I'm very happy that Twitter has included the video. functionality within the Spaces on X, and because Twitter's X, my bad, X, formerly known as Twitter, is trying to include more media and increase viewer time on the platform. And having video on the Spaces is definitely a welcome addition. It's going to be a little bit trickier as well because a lot of the culture of the people on Space is audio. So even when we host our own Twitter Spaces, we have a video element, but we notice that a lot of our guests who join us are audio only as well. So I think it's more culture and habit to do that. So I think there's going to be a bit of a change there. And the second, I got a question today if how they would monetize that, seeing that they're focusing more on monetization. It's not clear yet. It could be the same way TikTok does with paid stickers. I'm not sure how ads would run on this, since this is a live space. So I don't think ads have a direct room from the media buying, at least within the Twitter. It could be maybe will they run ads in the comments field? Potentially, maybe, but it's definitely a welcome. Having videos on Twitter Spaces on Spaces on X is a welcome addition.
Emma, when you said you're wondering how they might monetize that, the first thing I thought of was, could they possibly only enable this feature for premium users or Twitter Plus users? Does that make sense for monetization?
Good point as well. Yes, why not? That makes sense.
Yeah.
In terms of having that functionality, it's one more feature for them to include for people who have video, so who have the subscription. So yes,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense to have the audio for free for everyone to use, because at this point you feel like they're stripping away from all the features that we've been used to, but Elon has introduced some nice features, and he has definitely gated that with the subscription. So I mean, good for him. He's trying to make his 44 billion back.
For me, I'm always happy about the fast pace of introducing features and functionality to X. Whether you like Elon or you don't, whether you like X or you don't, X is introducing features very fast, and they have a long roadmap that they're working on. And they release the feature and they add to it. So it's clear that they have the culture is different, where they create an early version of this and they iterate and improve. So today they've introduced video only with the host available to do so. I'm sure with time they'll add multiple people that are allowed on the videos as well, like we would have with any WhatsApp video call or FaceTime call. I can see additional features and functions contributing to that. And somewhat merging potentially the live streams with this as well. So there could be a potential overlap there. So it could be, if I want to live cover an event, I would use my camera for this. I'd have other speakers with me on this, commenting on this, and you'd have an audience there. So they're listening and viewing the video at the same time. That could also be a potential use case.
Yeah, 100%. Head, do you spend most of your time on X?
Not really, to be honest. Hi once again. Thank you for having me.
Wait, so you have a life? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, not really. I mean, yes, I do have a life, but I spend most of my time in Discord because, I come from marketing
another poison.
industry. Yeah, so I'm fully Discord.
All right.
Another type of poison. Okay, clear.
And are you a fan of what Elon brings to X? All the features that he's been adding lately?
Yeah, I feel like it's an interesting route to go, but usually when you add too many features at the same time, none of them are actually fully developed. So I'm more of a believer that you need to take one step at a time, make sure one thing works good, and then you move on. And there are a bunch of things which I don't like about Twitter. That's why I use Discord mostly. Okay. I mean, it's an interesting thing to do from Elon. Again, he's trying to get his money back, I believe.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we saw this week Yuga collabed with Magic Eden to launch their Ethereum marketplace. So we know Magic Eden. I mean, the first thought when Magic Eden comes to my mind is Solana NFTs, because they started with Solana, but then they integrated a lot of different blockchains. But the thing that they've done now is they introduced a new marketplace, which is in collaboration with Yuga Labs. And we've talked previously about how Yuga Labs, they had their problems with OpenSea because OpenSea did not want to enforce royalties for creators and so on. So they found Magic Eden as a partner to launch their marketplace, and this is fully focused on creator royalties. They want all the projects that are minting, that will mint new, to be to have royalties enforced on the contract level, not on the platform level. And they're moving forward with that. They want to put the creators first, and this is the whole focus behind it. Plus, they introduced like a whole new thing of mint to earn, where they want the users to have gems, or to collect gems, potentially to get more chances to earn on a future airdrop. I'm just speculating, but this is what most or some of the exchanges have been doing lately. Do you think Magic Eden is shooting itself in the foot by putting creators first, given that the most users, when Blur came onto the scene, we saw how interested traders were with zero fees because they want the least amount to pay and the most profit to take? Do you think this is a good approach by Magic Eden?
I'm not sure. Didn't Pudgy's joined Magic Eden? Who joined Magic Eden recently? There was also another big account that also partnered with Magic Eden.
I'm not sure exactly, but Pudgy is part of the alliance for enforcing creator royalties. Also, Azuki is part of the alliance, so I'm pretty sure they're in touch with Magic Eden.
I think there's enough room in the market for royalty and non-royalty, and it depends on what you want. But I think it's going to be, it might be in the approach that OpenSea had, saying that if you want to add royalties, you can. If you don't want to, you can't, or whatever. So I think that might be the approach. So for them, on a platform perspective, they say it's a button, and the creator has chosen. So it's between you and the programs that you want to be with. So I feel that could be that could be one thing.
Yeah, but something that has gone wild on Magic Eden, and all on other exchanges as well. But Magic Eden recently surpassed $100 million in volume just for Bitcoin NFTs. Have you heard of Bitcoin, the ordinals? Have you experienced? Have you purchased? Have you dipped your toes in some of the ordinals, or not yet?
Is that a question for Head?
A question for you. Question for Head.
Head, have you fooled around with the ordinals or not so much? From my side, not enough.
Yeah, not enough as well. I just found it slow, and there's a lot less digening. There's mostly like investors who actually want to invest and buy specs, just not to flip it, but to actually hold it. So it's a different world as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we explored a bit with BRC20 tokens, but they're a bit different dynamic than the NFTs that we're used to, because you can't send away the NFT directly. You have to inscribe a transcription and so on. So far, it's still too early for Bitcoin NFTs, but there's a lot potential moving forward because a lot of marketplaces are now including Bitcoin NFTs. And we've seen lately the rise of Bitcoin layer 2s. So if you haven't heard about it, basically Bitcoin, we've thought for the longest time that you can't do nothing on Bitcoin, just a store of value. But here comes Bitcoin layer 2s to either provide side chains or rollups that would basically have smart contract capabilities on Bitcoin. So we've seen that. It also super early. We've seen not much adoption yet, but now Bitcoin has more potential than it had previously.
Could it be also driven by the how big it's going?
I mean, you would think so, because some of the layer 2 tokens have been going wild, just as, I mean, the whole market has been going wild, but layer 2 coins specifically have been seeing gains similar to the gains of Bitcoin. So you think, yes, it does have a correlation.
It's 15% away from its highest high.
Yeah, almost 15%. We were just talking about that before we touched on this space. 15%. It's I was telling Head that it reached that high in such a short amount of time, and definitely earlier than I expected it to. We used to talk and we used to joke about how the bull market hasn't arrived yet, and we were still in the bear market, but we're almost at all-time highs. So that's something to think about in the Bitcoin and crypto market.
I
Yep.
feel in our Web3 space, we talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin's price the same way people use the weather for small talk. It's like, oh, it's hot today. Oh, it's very cold, or and so on. So head, you see, Bitcoin is 50% away from from the top. So I feel this is our geeky version of small talk. Ahead.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. Well, Bitcoin is like whenever you speak about crypto, everybody's oh yeah, Bitcoin, right? So yeah, it is definitely just a small talk, just to chat with people.
Correct.
I'm actually interested to also know whether Trash has been invested in Bitcoin's news, layer twos, ordinals, or whatnot, or were you not aware of all of these new innovations?
Yeah, I have been investing in like Bitcoin NFT projects lately. I brought NFT from PNGX, but yeah, getting to know new things and yeah, trying to learn it.
Well, interesting. Can't wait to see what you do with that. So, just as Bitcoin has been going wild, we know that AI has been going really wild during these couple of months. Web3 guy, what can you tell us about Gemini?
Yep. So, as we just discussed, not everything that is released can be fully developed, especially in AI. It still needs a lot of time. It's very early. It's not a late technology or an old technology. This is very early. So, what happened with Gemini, it was called Google Bard before, they replaced it with a more improved version called Google Gemini. Their image generator had some issues, and the issue was that it cannot generate images of white people. Why? I don't know if this is an honest mistake or if it's trained to be racist. A lot of users raised some concerns, and X was literally just like it was going viral on X. A specific user had prompted once that please generate me an image of a white Caucasian family. It didn't happen. It just told that I can't generate images based on race or ethnicity. In the second prompt, he told them, please generate image of a happy black family. Bam, it created the image as easy as that in a minute. So yeah, a lot of people raised some concerns. Google apologized about it, and they said they're working on solving this issue. So yeah, that's basically what's happening with Google Gemini. So yeah, they
I also,
can definitely improve it.
yeah, I think it's something that has to do with the learning model and the training behind it. But I also saw some users prompting it to, let's say, give me, let's say, an image of a US president, and they would depict him as an Asian guy, and they've never had Asian presidents, or so on. So they're having these, I don't know, maybe he's mixing up, or it's mixing up different images just to give a result. But the CEO of Google, he clearly said this is not acceptable and we're halting it. So they're definitely working on the matter, because it's definitely not a good image when you replace Bard with this whole new beast that you call Gemini, and then it does this on its first few weeks once it goes live. So definitely not a good look. And Elon had his fun time mocking it. So so yeah, not a good look.
Actually,
Please go ahead.
yeah, I was saying that someone generated an image of Elon using Google Gemini, but the twist
Yeah,
was that Elon was black in the image.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah.
Elon is
Ayman,
having a very good time. Elon's having a very good time with this Sarah, so he's enjoying it. He's pointing it out, and he's saying that it extends, wider than just the AI. He says they've always done this. Their tools do this, and whatever. Right. So he's having his fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ayman, do you feel like Google was just rushing to beat its competitors with all these AI tools that they've been launching without really super focusing on one product and like launch it and beat the competitors with it, such as OpenAI?
Two things. Large companies like Google are under a lot of pressure to come up with new tools, new services, and they're under the microscope. If this was another company that had a problem with their AI generator, it wouldn't have made a big deal. But because it's a large company with a large number of users, um, small issues tend to go out of proportion. This is one. Second, I'm not expecting AI tools to be uh, useful, very useful until I expect a lot of issues and where we're unhappy with how the AI tools are. I think we're going to need a couple of years until we have a happy set that we enjoy. So ChatGPT falls into one of the tools in the happy set because it's much more mature than others, and it also has its issues. So I think at some point each of us are going to have our own set of tools that we would use the same way we have on our own computers. We have, you're comfortable with using Chrome, let's say PowerPoint, this a screen recording tool and a storage tool. It could be Dropbox, OneDrive, Box, Google Drive. So you'll choose whatever you want from those. So for storage, you have this tool. For browsing, you use that tool. So I think at some point we're going to have our own stable toolkit of AI that we would use. One for image generation, the other one for video animation, the third would be for text generation. Maybe some tools are able to do two or three of these better than others. And there's also going to be GPTs that you would use for very specific tasks as well. I think that's also going to play out, but it's going to take a while. So for me, whenever I see tools that are not doing very well, relevant of what they're doing, I leave them for a while and I come back to them in a couple of months to see if things are better or not.
And do you feel like it would affect your trust in this company that's launching this tool, or would you be able to trust it again once you come back and have a look at it?
Trust is a big term. For me, trust is when they mess up something for me, where they overcharge me money wise, or my data is distributed the way it shouldn't, and so on. So those are trust issues that I would look at. But if a tool is going against my beliefs, or a tool is not doing what I wanted to do from an output perspective, there are gazillion tools out there. So I'm not required or forced to use that particular tool, especially if it's free. So I'll move on to the other one. I draw the line when their support is very poor, or they're overcharging me, or I'm having consistent problems with that tool. So those are when I'll say, okay, I'm moving on to another one.
Yeah, absolutely. Head, what about you? Are you a user of any of the AI tools? Which ones in specific? Are you more on the OpenAI side, or what?
I only used OpenAI, to be honest, just the simple chat GPT, just to test it out, chat with it, see what it does and how it works. I do believe that it's very early, and that's why so many companies are just investing billions of dollars in those projects just to make it better. So yeah, I'm just curious to see how is it going to work in, like, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, because even with the recent video generation thing, we have seen how much it progressed in only 1 year, which is just absolutely insane for me. So yeah, I'm just honestly curious to see how it's going to go.
Yeah, 100%. And just to add that Google has also faced some criticism in the past for the inaccurate information that it's sharing, and which also led to a decline in the shares. So hopefully they will step up their game and keep them shares stable for their investors. But moving on from this topic, last week we had spoken about Samsung's Galaxy Ring, which they were releasing soon or working on. And we also spoke about whether Apple will also have their ring or not. But the news came out from a report in Korea suggesting that Apple is actually working on a smart ring. Which they're trying to add like a new category to its ecosystem. But the claims are not really very specific yet, and people are still speculating about this topic. But the idea of the ring, it aligns with their product strategy. So just similar to how the watch expanded, and we had We had the watch do multiple things. I think this ring could also potentially offer some biometric unlocking for Macs or doors, maybe, or like pay transactions by tap to pay, or maybe like a navigation control for the devices of other Apple products, such as the Vision Pro headset. In addition to the basic things that a ring can do, which is monitor your health and like a fitness tracking or sleep monitoring advantage. Ayman, would you invest in something like this? Would you have a ring on you that could do all these wonders, or would you stick to more of a watch kind of thing?
I think there are a lot of rings from different vendors, and I don't think there's going to be one ring to rule them all, to use a Lord of the Rings message. I think there's room. Samsung have their own client base, Apple have their own client base. New brands are trying to break into this as well. But Sarah, I've been noticing more and more people wear rings. So because these rings tend to be a little bit bulky and black, so you can easily identify them. So I've been seeing more and more people wear rings. So that means there might be a use case for this. Personally, I've been using on my wrist mostly. That has been my primary part. But I feel ring, if it's smaller and thinner and something I can use, I think it might be, maybe potentially more convenient than the wrist one. But I don't think there's going to be one ring to rule them all.
Yeah, absolutely. But if it was a bulky black ring, would you still wear it, or you would stick to the wrist items?
I was a Fitbit user for many years, and then recently I moved to a Whoop device, and I noticed that there's a difference. Not that it's better or not, but it depends on what you need from each device. What I needed from the Fitbit, I used for many years, and now I need something else that I'm getting from the Whoop. So it's not like it's better or not. It's just where you are in your measurement slash fitness slash health journey. And this is why, from a ring perspective as well, if there are, I'd look at it more, not just placement, but more as is there measurement or features or functionality or approach that is more convenient for me at that stage in my health slash measurement slash fitness journey.
Ayman, I'm not really aware of the Whoop, but the first question that came to my mind is I'm aware that you're a Apple product person, so why go with the Whoop but not go with the ecosystem of Apple and add the Apple Watch?
I feel I have enough notifications in my life to add to my wrist as well. That's a lot more. So I've always had the type of wrist watch that had smart functionality, and I'd always turn it off. I just want the health measurement. My phone is accessible to me a lot, and I know there are use cases. I know the Apple Watch and other smartwatches are very, very good, but for me, I've been trying to create less notifications. I've been paying a close eye to my notifications. I've been grouping them under morning summary, evening summary types of notifications, so that I don't get them as soon as they come in. There are some tools, there are some apps that I'm using that if I no longer need their push notifications, I turn them off. I've been trying to reduce that. When I'm not very successful, I still get easily an easy 100 per day, but they were much, much worse before. So I'm down to around anywhere between 70 to 100, depending on the day.
I love that. And I think I just had like this eye-opening moment where I wasn't really on my game of trying to minimize how much notifications I get on my phone on daily basis, because I can get like more than 300 notifications per day because I have all these email subscriptions, apps that send me notifications. But I think right now you just directed me towards something that I really need to do. Um, but yeah, moving on to speak about Apple, and this also is them trying to realign towards their core business. They were working on a electric car, but they decided to stop working on this car to align more with their products. And the decision was to stick towards their core business in electronics and online services and to stay on top of their AI game. Ayman, what do you think about this approach? Do you think that they would have been able to complete successfully these two projects, focusing on building an electric car and AI products, or was it a smart move to cut down on this car and do it later on if they decide to?
The topic of Apple and AI cars has been in the news and media for, I'd say, 7, 8, 10 years now. And there are always variations of it. But a consistent topic I come across is that there are clear indicators that Apple are hiring people who are good in AI, in Apple, in car, in car technology, in a sense. So they're brewing something. It's always not very clear. So there's no definite answer. I don't have the answer, and I don't think others have answers on this. There has to be something brewing for this to be a consistent theme for 7, 8, 9 years, especially the hiring part of poaching employees from other companies.
Yeah, great insights. Thank you, Ayman. These were the topics that we had for you guys today. I hope you found them insightful and you enjoyed listening to us discuss them. But it's time for our AMA segment. I was waiting for the audio. Okay, we can start.
I was supposed to play something.
Yeah, so we can start the AMA with Playcoin Arcade. Trash, thank you for joining us on this space. You can take, please, a couple of moments to just give us a quick summary of what you guys are doing at Playcoin Arcade.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so let me quickly introduce you to our project. So basically, Coin Arcade is not just a gaming platform, but it's like a universe for all the casual gamers to engage in battles and explore a variety of games. We are using ARC ecosystem, so we'll be having a NFT launch next month on ARC, so people can buy it from our token. Uh, we actually offers games. Some games are play to earn. We have actually three models of games. Uh, Let me quickly tell you about the models of our game. So the first model is solo mode. In the solo mode, uh, players need to consume token energy to play games. So like each game they play each day, they can get like 3 to 10 points, and from which they can also redeem it into real token, which can be used as a money amount for them.
Let's cover some basics. So the title is Play Coin Arcade. Is it a arcade game? So is it typical arcade games like a simple driving game or a or shooting game or a battle game? So walk me through a little bit more. What's the coin? I'm very curious about the Coin Arcade before we get into the NFT part.
Yeah, so basically we'll be having like 10 games launched in next month with our NFT. We already have done like a beta test, so we'll having some shooting games too with racing games. You can check out our demo on our Twitter. Alongside with this, we'll be having all kinds of games or mini games like flash games that we used to play in our childhood.
Okay, and the
uh,
NFT is to access the games.
yeah, so NFT could be used to access the game. It would be launched last month.
Okay.
NFT would be a pass card. Players need to have the dog NFT, which can be rented or minted from the market.
Okay, so the NFT is not live yet. It will be live next month.
Yeah, we will be launching it on next month.
Okay, and to play the game, I need to have the NFT, correct?
Yeah,
And I can play as much as I want, or at some point I'm gonna have to buy, coins to play.
yeah. So we have like different modes. So if you want to play on You can also have a stake to play mechanism where user can stake their tokens to play with others in battle. Alongside with this, uh, we also offer a play to earn model.
Okay, okay, okay. And what can users check now? I'm trying to find the website, but it's not easy for me to find on Google search. What's the, where should we go? Do we go where do you want to send users to Twitter, to a website? Where do you want to send them?
Yeah, so users can go over to our Twitter. You can follow us on our Twitter for the real time
What's
update.
the
Uh,
account on X? And Web3 guy, if you can post it. What's the account on X?
Yeah.
So you guys are building the games, or the games ready?
Yeah, so we have already done with our demo. So yeah, games are ready. We'll also be like launching more games on next Q2 in the like quarter two.
And you'll make money from the buying and selling of the NFTs only, or will there also be when people play games they have to pay extra to play certain games?
So we have also launched our token. So we also have a token called GEM, GEM, which is already launched. It's a Bitcoin token. Alongside with this, we also gonna have our NFT mint.
Okay. And what's trash.nft?
Uh, So well, I am like their ambassador or a collab manager. So yeah, I'm not in their core team. Their core team is like consist of world's top gaming models. They have a track record in gaming development and publishing with a series of games that have reached around 100 million user and generated billions of revenue. So their team have worked with a well-known mobile game called PUBG and Crossfire.
Okay, you have a section on your website that says partners and investors. You have Magic Eden. Is Magic Eden a partner or an investor?
It's a partner of our.
And
Uh,
OKX?
Sorry.
OKX.
Yeah, so we have them
Also a
as our
partner?
partners.
Okay. Okay, clear. Thank you for sharing the story of your business with us. What are important dates that you want the users to know? So before we move on to head, what are important dates for you to know, for users to know, and where do you want them to go check?
For now, they can follow us on our Twitter and also join our Telegram group. We don't have any like exact date of our NFT launch, so you can follow us on Twitter, where you can get the real time updates for now.
All right, all right. Thank you for joining us and for sharing the information. Moving on to head.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Are we saying your name correctly, head, or should we say
Yeah.
HE?
Well, head is from hedgehog, first three letters.
Okay.
Yeah,
Clear.
I just love hedgehogs.
Why?
I don't know. Ever since I remember, I just love hedgehogs. I have like 20 different stuffed animals. I have a live afro, like albino, I'm sorry, hedgehog, like literally next to my desk in the cage. So yeah, I just love hedgehogs.
But aren't hedgehogs like big, not in a cage in a bedroom?
Oh no, they are pretty small actually. Like you can fit it on the palm of your head.
What do they eat?
And they eat mostly insects, and actually mine really loves cat food, like dry cat food. And yeah, they eat a lot. They run a lot as well.
So you buy insects?
Yeah, dead
So there's a
ones.
store okay, so there's a store and you buy dead insects and then you scoop those dead insects and you put them in a
Exactly.
feeding bucket?
Exactly. Yeah, you can buy it pretty much in any. I actually don't know the name in English. Any store you go to buy food for animals, you can buy it there. Well, at least here in Bulgaria.
And and in the cage, do you have to clean them a lot? Are they like
Yeah.
cats? You have to. So is it a process?
Yeah, it is. Like pretty much every second day, it is a process. They do eat a lot, so they obviously need to get everything out of them a lot as well. So yeah.
And why in a cage? Can you put them in your house to roam around like a cat or a dog?
Oh yeah, you can, but they are just like hamsters. They're trying to find a place to just get in, like
Okay, so
a hole.
they're that small. They're as small as a hamster.
A bit bigger, mine, but yeah, because like the wild ones, they can be pretty big, but the home
Okay.
ones, yeah, is pretty small.
And I just
Okay.
researched albino hedgehogs, and they
Exactly.
look really scary with really red eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
So
She
they are
has red
scary.
eyes.
They're very cute, Sarah. What are you talking about? They're white,
I
They
love
are pretty
red
cute.
animals.
eyes. They
I
remind
love
me
animals.
of the first hamster that I had, white with red eyes. Crocky. I miss
So
it.
albino, yeah.
Pretty scary.
Well, just because it's albino, usually hedgehogs don't have red eyes. But
Yeah.
she is like a maniac. Not gonna lie.
Oh, I mean, were you thinking about the animal that I was imagining before I knew what a hedgehog was? The thing that rolls up onto itself?
The porcupine.
No, not the porcupine. I feel this is the miniature version of a porcupine, but that one you see it in a desert and it rolls up into a ball. I don't know. I forgot the name.
Oh
Armadillo.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the first thing I imagined.
Yeah, no, there's yes.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, yes. No, it's not an armadillo. Yeah, it's not an armadillo. I'm looking at it now. Well, thank you for the crash course on hedgehogs and taking care of them.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
All right. While you're here, you might as well tell us about the project then.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am building Web3 Adventure, and basically right now we're working on a platform which will just simplify Web3 experience for users, for people, and authenticate real builders projects who are actually building, and not just saying, yeah, we're building in the space as well.
Okay, what's your project about?
It is, well, again, this is the main thing which we're trying to build, just simplify Web3 experience for users. Marketing will play quite a big role in everything on the platform as well, because everything will be gamified. You can earn tokens for pretty much everything you do. Literally, as in games, you'll have different achievements. That, for example, joining the project, following the project, entering different raffles, give you different achievements, and those achievements can also be transferred to the token, basically.
What can a user do then?
Excuse me?
What can a user do?
On the platform?
Yeah?
The main thing currently we are trying to launch, just to launch the MVP, the minimal valuable product, is to have the raffle system. Because what we do currently for the past 8 months, we run over 150 unique collaborations every month. So trying to get as much different projects to the audience, to the people as possible. And yeah, we're just transferring all the raffles that we do on the different platforms to our website, to our platform. And that will be the first thing that people can do there. And obviously having, they can basically search for NFT in the search bar, and it will give them all the authenticated partners or collaborators that we have on the platform as well. So it's like the database of the projects which are, again, actually building.
How much room is there in the market for more tokens, more NFTs, or so on? I'm just curious to see, because it's always the case where they're bundled, right? NFT token, a certain community activity. So how much room is there in the market, do you think?
I feel like it always depends on again, real builders and projects actually trying to, because it's basically a currency, right? In every game you have a currency that you can buy different gems, for example, to upgrade in the game. So I feel like tokens, mostly for what we have seen in the market so far, is literally just adding another utility, I guess, for users, something you can earn, something you can interact with to make it more fun for people. And I do believe that there is room to grow for projects that actually will have ecosystems. You can actually, play around with tokens, integrate tokens to other ecosystems as well. But I do agree that, pretty much everyone is trying to launch a token, trying to launch an NFT, and it's pretty limited to what you can do with tokens as of right now.
Okay. What information do you want to share with the user? So what do you want them to go to try, to do, to share, to use?
Yeah, well, right now the main thing anybody can do, we have an open Discord, and as I mentioned, we do over 150 unique raffles, collaborations. I'm sorry, every month. That's the main thing. And we do plan to launch our platform testnet on early April or mid April. It depends on how it will go. And that is the plan for now.
All right, Web3 guy, do you have something to post up to see just for the users to see?
Yeah. I'll pin the Twitter.
Yeah, that works with us.
All right then. Thank you, Head, for sharing.
Absolutely.
And good luck. Good luck with your. What did you name your albino hedgehog?
It's Coco.
Okay, Coco.
Yeah.
Say hi to Coco for us, and thank you, Coco, for listening in on the space as well here today. And
She's definitely sane. Thank you for having me.
No, of course. Now the last segment is the
Winners.
Yes.
Yep.
Get ready, everyone. We're about to announce this week's trivia winners. Ready? Here we go. In third place, winner is
Amen Knife.
In second place, big cheers for
The legendary Anakora.
And now, the moment of supreme glory. This week's trivia master, the champion of champions, is
Mr. Lucky.
Thanks to all who played. Be sure to join NFT PowerUp for another thrilling round of trivia. Who knows, you could be our next big winner. Turn on your notifications.
All right.
Congratulations.
Congrats, everyone.
Congratulations to the winners, guys. You guys were the masters of this week. And I just want to tell you that the new trivia is out. It's all about Bitcoin. We've seen Bitcoin going green, so might as well have a little trivia about Bitcoin. Go test your skills and show us who the real masters of Bitcoin are for next week. We hope you enjoyed this space. Head Trash, thank you so much for joining and giving us a dive into your world. We wish you the best of luck on your Web3 endeavors. Ayman, Web3 guy, MG, always spectacular to converse with you. We see you next week. Until then, keep powering up.
Thank you.
Join us again next Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We hope you have enjoyed listening and gained valuable insight into the world of AI and Web3. Until then, keep powering up.